I remember the way my mom used to hold me to keep me warm whenever I was growing up. I remember the way my father would bring me, or my stepfather would bring me into my room to talk to me. And when I was around 15, 16, he would take me out fishing so we can just chill out and talk and get away from the world. And I remember all the times people would talk to me privately. I remember the times when my mom would pick me up from school and she would ask me, and I was very young, like 7 or 8 years old, what I wanted to do that day. I remember that. I miss those days very dearly. Um, it's great to be cared for, but it's greater to care. It's I was reading a book the other day, and it was talking about how the loss of our parents is something that we all have to adapt to if we want to at least be happy again or lean on positivity again. There's going to be no beings on the earth besides maybe your partner and a very, very close dear friend that cares about you as much as your parents did. And even if it seems like they do, they probably don't. Parents are the ones that guide you through life. They're the ones that make this whole reality that you're new to make it familiar to you. You start adapting to it. You start listening to other people. And you start forming your own personality, forming your own connection. But once your parents aren't in your life anymore, you're kind of just left alone, and you're kind of left to figure out other things, figure out all these things by yourself. And then you start forming yourself. Once the love of your parents is not in your life as much as it was when you were younger, you're kind of thrown again into unfamiliarity of reality in the world. And it can be very scary, you know? It can be very scary to come into a world where you don't really know anything. I mean, to meet a lot of different people that were raised completely differently than you were. It can be kind of hard to adapt to that, I understand. But we all have to do it. And a great way to do it is to develop an open mind and develop a caring mind and develop an understanding mind and try to help others as much as you can with your minimal existence, with your minimal years on the earth. It's good to want to learn. It's good to want to understand. It's good to want to care for other people. Show them the world. Show the world that is unfamiliar to them and try to make it just a little bit more familiar to calm their temporary anxiety down. Caring, I've talked about this in previous videos, but if you care for somebody, it can change their whole perspective of their day, their week, their month, their year, or their whole entire life. If you show them just a simple glimpse of your care, it can go a long way. It can give them an extra nudge to keep going by making this reality more familiar to them, making everything feel more like home, because we will never go back to home again unless someone builds a time machine. It's great to be cared for, but it's greater to care. Go out into the world, smile at people, tell them to have a good day genuinely, ask them how they're doing genuinely with a caring heart and wanting to actually know and be curious about how their day was going. Help them out with things. If they ask you for help, do it. If you ask them for help, I would hope they would do it. Build a partnership, build a best friend, build a friend out of somebody, build somebody that cares for you, build an honest soul for yourself, build a soul that can connect with you and you can tell them anything openly and vulnerably. Even if it's just one person, that's still enough to get you both going out in the world and being more calm, having more of a purpose without being so isolated and alone all the time. Thank you for watching.